Hey, I want to introduce myself and the purpose of my channel. My name is Thomas Davis, but you can call me Duke. First, I want to start off by saying that this time last year, I was up to 400 pounds in weight, and I was depressed, I was frustrated, I was looking for every opportunity to escape my situation. So you might be saying, so what made the change happen, or what made the change come about? Well, it was me actually weighing myself and seeing that I weighed that much. Because prior to that, it was basically me talking to myself and saying that it wasn't a big deal and it was okay for me to be at that body weight. To put things in proper context and perspective, I took pride and joy in lifting weights. I could bench press over 400 pounds. I was squatting over almost close to 700 pounds. I was deadlifting 650 and doing weights like that. And so when you're lifting that amount of weight, you kind of put it in your head that it's okay for you to be that big and it's okay to overeat and overindulge and do all these different things to your body. And it just gets to a point that it just catches up with you. And when it came to me, it was I was always the big kid growing up. I was always overweight growing up, and that didn't change in my teenage years, and it didn't change to my early adult years either. So it was something that I saw as a way to deal with the weight of being overweight, and basically I just got into a point where last year, 2024, I just got to the point of just taking action on the things that I wanted to do in my life, and I always push my weight off as something that I'll get around to. And when I finally had an opportunity at at a job opportunity, I had to go in for a physical. So I got to the point where I went and I weighed myself. I found out how much I weigh, and I was frustrated. I was upset, and it was an embarrassing moment for myself because you have it in your head that you don't weigh that much until you actually see the number, and then people are looking you in the eye and telling you like the conditions that are closely associated with being that body weight and that are coming on, and how it's not normal, and how you basically put it in your head that you're going to take action, because all the things that they were telling me at that point in time was medications and all these different other things that I should get on to try to alleviate what's going on or help with my blood pressure, because that was pretty high, and that's something that's high. That's something that's common with a lot of power lifters or strongman and competitors or whatever it is, because you just consume just for the sake of consuming to be able to put on more mass and to lift more weight and to do what you want to do, like in a gym or whatever. But yeah, but after I had that experience, I sat in my car and I was frustrated. I was angry. I was wondering how could I let myself get to this point, and I knew what steps to take, but I just was fearful to take those steps. I know it sounds weird and I know it sounds crazy, but that was where my mind was. I was just thinking to myself, like, well, I read books. I've always read books on fitness and taking care of yourself and dieting and all these different things. I just never applied them. And like I said before, I was treated as I'll get around to it when I, decide to, to take care of my weight issue or whatever. But at that point, that day, I just decided that it was just time to take action. I decided that day then that I was going to lose weight, and from that day forward, back in July 2nd of 2024, I began counting my calories, and that was basically the day I started. That same day where I got weighed and pretty much laughed out of that facility where I got my physical. And I'm not trying to put down the people who worked there; they were awesome people, but it just it was just a weird experience and thing that happened. But yeah, I decided then to basically just take my health into my own hands. Basically, and just to put just to put everything in context when it comes to my weight loss channel and the content that I want to make. I just want to target the mental aspect of the weight loss journey. It is a two-sided issue, mentally and physically. On the mental side of things, we always try to put off that our weight isn't something that bothers us. If you're overweight and you were always overweight your whole life, like I was, it's something that you kind of try to put it off as not a big issue. And you end up putting yourself in a hole or a category of being like the smart one or the funny person or this like this, and you're only able to showcase certain aspects of your personality. You're not able to be a full person almost. It feels as though society sometimes feel like it can lash out against you just because because society tells them that if a person's overweight, that is, they don't have any value, and people feel that they can just lash out against you and treat you any kind of way, or look at you with disgust, or whatever, they want to believe. And, it's a battle that you put up with your whole life, because as you get more older with being overweight, you have these issues of being hesitant to take action on the things you want to do with your life. You're doubtful on certain things, and you try to encourage yourself, but over time, being overweight it just erodes your self-love and your self-value for yourself. And the purpose of this content is to get all of that back, to undo the scars that happen, and to also move forward with the weight loss journey, and just to build yourself up, because that's basically what happened. I lost 110 pounds in 9 months. So it's possible, and I'm not trying to encourage people to be like everybody weight loss. The journey is going to be different. You may lose weight faster, you may lose weight a little bit slower, and then it could be dependent on how you want to approach your journey. I was very aggressive with mine, but I didn't do it from a way of spite or in a way of spiting or so getting back at other people or anything like that. I treated my weight loss journey as one that when I lose the weight, I'm keeping it off. And I found out that on the way that to do that, you have to do the mental work. You have to get to a point where you do the work on yourself. The reason why you think the way you think, or the way that you vision your way being, your way of life or way of being, and the way that you think the certain way you are, why did you put limitations on yourself? And to go back and reframe those certain situations that led to you to be that type of a person and make those type of decisions. That's what I'm working, what I've been working towards, and what I found out that works on my journey when it comes to weight loss. And I know it can work for other people on their journey. Because like I said before, it's a mental thing. I know a lot of people like to sit up and talk about, calories in and calories out, and talking about, eating less and doing more, and like it's that easy. It's much more than that when it comes to being overweight. It's easy for a person who's just a 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, maybe 50 pounds overweight to sit up and talk about it. But when you were over 100 pounds overweight and 200 pounds overweight and up, it's not some issue of you just just eating just for the sake of eating, and you just lost track of how much you ate and all that nonsense. No, these are issues that stems from the way you were treated. These are different things about, like, maybe you felt that you failed at something, you let someone down. These are issues that you're carrying around, and you disguise it or cover it up in the veil of, consuming food, whether it's late night snacking or eating or just overindulging when you do eat. So these issues go more deeper than that, and to tackle those issues, it's all mental issues. We got to go back and reframe certain situations that we've been through and that we've experienced, and that's going to help us succeed in our weight loss journey. And trust me, when it comes to the physical aspect of it, which is the cardio, which is the resistance training, and those things, and giving your body time enough to heal and heal from inflammation, heal from adjusting to the type of exercises and the movement that you're doing, all those things are easy, and you'll get over those things. And it's just really the mental issue that the mental aspects of it that will make you keep on the journey. And when you do lose the weight, you don't have to worry about putting the weight back on, because that's an issue that a lot of people run into because they haven't done the mental work. You had to do the mental work. So many people lose weight just because they got angry and they kept that fire going, and they're going to lose the weight. They lost the weight, they gained the weight back, and they don't really know where they're going because they never had a plan when they first started their journey. It was just I'm just going to lose weight, I'm just going to look good, I'm going to do this and do that. And that's okay if that's how you want to approach your journey. But I want to approach this from a way of putting your weight in a proper category and context. It's just another thing, just like the food you would eat that day, or the way you would put on the clothes that you wear. Your weight shouldn't be something that you fixated on, or something that makes you self-conscious, or make you scared to go outside, or make you scared to interact with people, or scared to travel the world, or scared to take a new career opportunity, or to try something new. So that's how I want to categorize your weight loss, because that's what it is. It shouldn't be something that boxes you in. And we're gonna get it under control. We're gonna control it, and it's not as hard as people think. And your weight loss won't take as long as you think, because I gave myself leeway to basically like a year to lose the weight, and I never really saw it as like I had to lose the weight within a year. I mostly just saw it as me just basically staying on the journey. And if I made mistakes, I gave myself that year timeline just so if I made mistakes, I can always adjust and keep going. Because I told myself that day when I made the decision that the main thing was just not to give up. Just not to give up on myself. I cared about myself too much. There was a lot of things left to do with my life that I didn't have the opportunity to do yet. that place I wanted to go. There are people that you want to meet and see, and different career opportunities, different fields you want to get into, different things you want to try. And for too long, I let my weight hinder me from doing those things, and lost so much, value and worth and drive in yourself. So that's something that I was thinking about when I first embarked on my journey, and that was a decision that I make, just to give myself time and give myself leeway, give myself permission to make mistakes and to learn from those mistakes, and just grace to try different things. And one thing that I do regularly with this channel is that I provide tips week to week on things to do, and I build on top of those different situations. With the long form videos like this one, I'm just introducing myself right now. This will be my new introduction video, and then we'll get to like the essentials that you need when it comes to losing weight, things that you probably should be taking to aid you with losing weight and helping you recover and helping you feel good, have the skin and everything, keep retaining elasticity, so you won't have to worry about a sagging skin issue, which a lot of people love to bring up and talk about. We'll cover all of those. Also, when it comes to your working out and your cardio, and just everything that comes along and pop up in the weight loss journey. And those are all the physical side of it. But like I said before, I want to focus on the mental side as well, doing the rework and building yourself up as you go along with this journey, because that's something that you're really going to need. You're going to need the mental drive and the push and the stick-to-itiveness to continue to get through with this journey, because the fire of why you got started is going to be something that's kind of, you're going to have to keep stoking. It's going to flame up, it's going to go down, you're going to have to keep flaming it up, and you're going to have to do that with the help of some affirmations, some sayings, some of your favorite quotes, or certain memories of people who said you couldn't do it, or you telling yourself that you can do it, or something that you did in the past that people said no you couldn't do, and you proved to yourself that you can do it. This weight loss journey is no different. You deserve to live your life. You deserve to love yourself. You deserve to prop yourself up and give yourself props for doing things. And that's what I want to do with this channel. I want to help you reach your goals so that you can be sitting in front of a camera like this, telling other people about your journey and encouraging them to embark on their weight loss journey. So I just want to ask you, would you join me on this journey here? Would you join me on this channel? Would you tune in if I give you all the secrets to help you lose weight, help you get to the goal that you want to get to, and then go beyond? All right. Peace. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Thomas Davis, but you can call me Duke. And this is my weight loss journey content. I'm going to be providing you with tips daily, weekly, just with different tips of how you can lose weight, things you should be doing to help you out with losing weight mentally and physically on both sides. All right, peace.